I don't ever want to say it's an anti-FM, but it does a lot of things that my FMs, just if you know me and my surfing, or my favorite boards, it does a lot of things the FM doesn't do. And I think if I like nail that down to one thing, it's basically just like auto speed. Like the FM is fast, but it takes a little while to get that like rubber bandy, like rolling momentum going, and then that's a completely unmatched feeling in my opinion still. But where this thing excels is how quickly it makes speed with doing like absolutely nothing. Like once you're up, you're fucking generating speed. It's a super positive board. I've been enjoying it this summer. I'm a fan, obviously. So design-wise, kind of what goes into it, pretty broad flat deck. Like there's a lot of volume in these things. They don't carry all the way out to the rail. It's still a generous rail. Like it's not a handful, but it's, you know, there's volume there. But the volume really carries through the deck. Dimensionally, if you look at these things too, they run pretty narrow, pretty drawn in front half. So it's really like knifes well on a drop, and it's really like kind of tight in the front, which is different than a lot of my mid-lengths. But what's interesting and what I like so much about this outline is how the straightness and the width carries to your back foot. So while you don't have a bunch of width in the front, you do have width on your back foot, and it just basically like auto levitates and creates lift and speed. So it has some really differentiating things compared to say an FM or something like that, which is a little more like width in the front, narrowness in the back. This one spins it around a little bit. Bottom shape wise, if you know my shortboards and you've looked at the front half specifically, there's always like a pretty nice little single concave forward in the chest area. So this has a little bit of that, which is rare for my mid-lengths. It keeps the entry really low. Paddle speed is really, really good on these things. And then that runs through a double that's pretty heavily like accentuated under your back foot. So it's super loose under your back foot. It feels really good, super positive. The other thing you'll notice that's really similar to my shortboards is this flat panel on the rail. So it's not like the FM in that the FM tilts out and is a full chine. This is just flat. So for me, that flatness is about speed generation, planing speed, and non-stickiness. So this thing is pretty like frictionless in the water. Like once it's underfoot, it's going. There's not like a stickiness or a lag to it. It just feels really free. So in my mind, when I designed this thing and kind of worked out the first one or two, it was really about down the line momentum, speed and flow, and like continuity of line. Clearly that's what this type of shape excels at too. What was surprising for me was when I handed it to my buddy Jeremy Romero and kind of forced it on him on a really good, you know, solid south swell day. And his approach to surfing the design was completely different than I had designed it for, in my mind, what it was for, and much more aggressive, much more in the lip. And its ability to kind of bridge that gap between glide and flow and kind of automatic speed, as well as handling like a much more aggressive take, really like opened my mind to what this thing's capable of, and really like kind of doubled down on my like my certainty that this thing belongs very much in the Love Machine quiver.